What is up, guys? Welcome back to yet another brand new Major Bent gaming video. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day as always. Now, I haven't been posting for a little while. I've actually been on holiday, so I've just been away from everything for a while, but a lot has happened, especially with Xbox over the last few weeks, and to be honest, it is not good news. So as you all know, at Gamescom, Xbox announced that we're going to be bringing Indiana Jones to the PlayStation 5 with a 3-month-ish delay. It just says spring 2025. Now, I've kind of merged over to PS5 recently anyway because it's just the platform I now prefer. I think that just having games, not exclusive to the platform, but having games that are pushed really well on that hardware, especially with PlayStation 5 Pro coming, it just kind of encouraged me to move over to that platform. And at the end of the day, if they're getting all the Xbox games as well, why would I not want to play on a platform that kind of does all things? So personally, I'm excited for PlayStation a lot and seeing what they're doing with lots of things. I'm going to get the Xbox games over there, at least gradually, even if it's only a 3-month delay. So that's kind of what I'm doing personally. But I want to talk about what this means for Xbox, because this does not mean Xbox is over by any, anyway, it doesn't mean it's over, okay? That's what I'm trying to say. But I do think we are heading to a future with Xbox where we are not going to have an Xbox, as in the console unit itself, not the brand. The Xbox will carry on with Game Pass and its incredible first-party titles from them. And then they'll be made for systems like maybe an Xbox Next Gen. They have said they're going to be doing one, so let's assume that they're doing another generation. They will have those games coming to their own platform for Next Gen, and also on the PlayStation and Switch, whatever they can get to run on Switch, those will also come there as well. But I do think after that generation, I think that we are going to see this is the last Xbox. The next generation, if that even happens, is the last generation, because we are in a position with Microsoft where it's very much like the Zune days, if you guys remember. Not only are their own developers now bringing games to other platforms, which is exactly what happened. This is what happened with the Zune. So you had the Zune iPod, or actually even better example of more recent stuff than the Zune would be the Windows Phone. You had developers suddenly stop bothering to make apps for the Windows Phone. This brings to mind heavily the recent Black Myth Wukong. Developers just said outright that it's not worthwhile bringing a port to Xbox day and date. We'll bring it later because it's a ton of money to port a game. It just takes months, so they're just like, well, let's just get it out on the most important hardware and we'll bring stuff later. And we've seen recently that there's actually been indie games just completely skip over Xbox entirely. So in that case, we're already kind of starting to see third-party developers not want to bring their stuff to the console. And then what we saw with the Windows Phone was what made the Windows Phone a good exclusive was having some of the Microsoft apps like Word, Excel, and stuff like that. You could actually access those on the Windows Phone. Then we saw them bringing those apps to iPhone. And then people were like, well, what's the point in owning a Windows Phone when you can get a lot of these features and cool things on other hardware? And then we took the next step. We started to see actual apps being updated on iPhone, like the Windows apps be updated on iPhone before they were on Windows Phone. And then they just never got updated to the Windows Phone, and then the Windows Phone got cancelled. So that's kind of what I can see happening. Sorry, there's something going past outside. I can kind of see this absolutely happening with the Xbox console. I think seriously they're dropping all support. Anyway, I want to show you a bit of a Phil Spencer interview here that we're going to listen to, and I'll stop and pause when we go through it, but here we go.
Going to the PlayStation announcement, obviously last spring, we launched 4 games, 2 of them on the Switch, 4 of them on PlayStation, and we said we're going to learn. We said we'd watch, and I think at Showcase I might have said from our learning we're going to do more. What I see when I look is our franchises are getting stronger. Our Xbox console players are as high this year as they've ever been.
Amazing.
So I look at it and I say, okay, our player numbers are going up for the console platform. Our franchises are as strong as they've ever been. And we run a business. Like, it's definitely true inside of Microsoft. The bar is high for us in terms of the delivery that we have to give back to the company.
That bit is so important. We run a business. They are saying we're not your friends. We all know this anyway, but a lot of people actually don't. They are not your friends. They are literally trying to run a business. They do not care about you. This is about money, not your feelings about a plastic box. Whether we like that or not is irrelevant. This is just about business, money. And when he says here that they have to give a lot back to Microsoft, he means money. They let him have the acquisition of Activision Blizzard King. They now need to repay that.
Because we get a level of support from the company that's just amazing in what we're able to go do. So I look at this, how can we make our games as strong as possible? Our platform continues to grow, both on console, on PC, and on cloud. And I think it's just going to be a strategy that works for us. And the last thing I'll probably say is I think as an industry right now, there's a lot of pressure on the industry. It's been growing for a long time, and now people are looking for ways to grow. And I think that us as fans, as players of games, we just have to anticipate there's going to be more change in how some of the traditional ways that games were built and distributed. That's going to change. That's going to change for all of us. But the end result has to be better games that more people can play. If we're not focused on that, I think we're focused on the wrong things. So for us as Xbox, health of Xbox, health of our platform, and our growing games, most important things.
Oh, that sounds perfect. Lovely. Now,
going to the
right, so that's it. I personally think, I mean, he's outright said there's going to be more change. Expect more of this. Expect more things to change in the future, and that could easily be not having a platform. And I know there's going to be some people out there who are going to say, well, okay, Ben, they're going to bring their games to the platforms, but there's still 20 whatever million Xbox Series X and S owners. To say, well, okay, but is that 20 million of Series X and S owners going to carry across into next gen when you can buy every game that they're going to be making, or a lot of the games, on PlayStation? Like, I'm waiting for Indiana Jones to come to PlayStation so I can play it on PS5 Pro, because if what we're hearing with all the PlayStation 5 Pro rumors, Sony are actually going to be not forcing, but you have to do some sort of enhancement for PS5 Pro if you're making a game or developing a game. So we could likely see some of these games get enhanced for PlayStation 5 Pro. Same with things like Call of Duty. Could we see higher resolutions, higher frame rates in PlayStation 5 Pro? So in the end of the day, I'm happy to wait for these games to actually come to PlayStation and pay for these games to get the better experience. And yes, I know there's going to be PC players saying, well, actually, we get the best experience. Nobody cares. I'm a console player. I prefer console. It's something that I'd like to do. So Microsoft, the Xbox console, is just going to become the Game Pass value console. And I think that's their exclusive, if you like. What ties you into Xbox is going to be Game Pass. For me, I'm not a big fan of that. I don't like renting games. I like actually owning games, especially the ones I enjoy. In fact, most times when I used to have Game Pass and play a lot on Game Pass, I would go and buy the games I really enjoyed because I was concerned about them leaving and then not owning them. I want to actually own games. So I pre-order and pay for 90% of my games on PlayStation because I just prefer to have it. So Xbox will become your Game Pass box, and I think PlayStation will be where you can pay for games, do all that stuff, the exclusives. You get things like Spider-Man Day and Date, and then those games will come to PC down the line. Sony's already said that they want to have a delay window when they come to PC and stuff, which I think is a good strategy. I think that's the best strategy. I don't see people keep saying on various podcasts on the Xbox side of things that PlayStation are going to be bringing their games to Xbox at some point in the future because the industry's changing and they need more money. In my opinion, I just don't see that happening. Sony makes a ton of money off of consoles themselves and then the services they provide on that console. If you are just shipping your games on other platforms like we're seeing with Microsoft, you are going to end up killing off the console hardware itself because there is no incentive to go and buy that hardware. Because if it's on everything else, why would you go buy that hardware? It doesn't make sense. It's the same for PC players are realizing, well, we can go out and spend crazy money on PCs. Personally, not my thing, but they can do that, and then they don't need an Xbox because the games come to PC. They don't need a PlayStation because the games come to PC later, not straight away. So some people still will go out and buy that PlayStation for day one Spider-Man releases and Last of Us and Uncharted and all those great games. That's kind of the strategy that PlayStation's going with, but Xbox is kind of just eliminating the need to have a console in the first place, and that's sad. I personally don't like that. But their next-gen strategy, from what we've heard in terms of leaks, is to have a powerful home console. I don't know how powerful, obviously, and then also a handheld as the second device. We'll see if that works. I think that's really going to be their last push. And if that doesn't work for next gen, I cannot see us getting a series of Xboxes going further after that. I just don't see that happening. So that's what I think, in my opinion. It's disappointing, it's disheartening, because I love the Xbox brand, I love the console, I love quick resume, I really enjoy that stuff on Series X, but I just can't see the need, and I can't see people wanting to go out and buy a box that is literally not getting games like Black Myth Wukong and various other titles that they've missed. Dragon's Dogma was late. There's various games that aren't even on the Xbox that are on competing platforms, and then you're also bringing your games, Doom, Indiana Jones, Starfield's rumored to come, Forza's rumored to come. Like, you're just making the other box even more of a better buy than your own box. Your own box is already missing decent games like Wukong. I'm playing that game on PS5 at the moment, and that game is phenomenal. I don't care what PC players say about performance issues. Yes, there's some frame problems, but it looks great, even in performance mode on PlayStation 5, and I can't wait to see what PS5 Pro looks like on games like this. That's it for this video. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I will see you in future videos. Bye-bye for now, guys.